So Shelby, tell me which programs did you take with the Power and Joy Coaching Academy again?
I took the level one of NLP practitioner and coach with timeline therapy and hypnosis. And then a year later, I went on to do the master prac certification for NLP, timeline therapy, and hypnosis with the Power and Joy Coaching Academy.
Awesome. So what would you like to share? Where were you before you started even the first level certification? Where were you before that?
I was stuck in I was on a hamster wheel and I couldn't get off. I felt like I was just running faster and faster to try to get off of it and I couldn't. And after level one, I had so many breakthroughs personally that I didn't expect to happen just because I went in open-minded. I didn't really know what to expect. And I thought I would come out with things to help other people. But while I was learning ways to help other people, I was helping myself in a way that I needed for years, but I had no idea that it even existed. And so I finally was off the hamster wheel after the course. And I have had a peace of mind that I have not had in years and years. I hired a team for my salon. I hired like 4 people within like a few months of taking that class, which was one of the things I was stuck with. And then we have grown my business by 40% like through the next year of that. And a lot of that came from removing old limiting beliefs and installing new beliefs that I have around money and hiring and just business and my life in general.
What were some of what were some of your old limiting beliefs that you had?
I had a limiting belief that I wouldn't be able to find good enough like workers that were my ideal employee, I guess. I didn't Everyone always says people these days don't want to work, and that was programmed in my mind. And people these days do want to work, you just have to find the right people. And so I had other people's beliefs like installed in my mind, and so that was a limiting belief, was that I wasn't going to find people that didn't want to work where I just wasn't looking in the right places. And I also had the belief that I had to work really hard for my money. And now I'm realizing that I don't have to work really hard. I can be dedicated, but I don't have to break my body and spend hours and hours behind the chair or hours and hours doing things that I feel like I had to. And I also felt like I had to like suffer, or I wasn't deserving of success. And I now know I can have success and be happy and healthy while doing it. I would say those are my biggest ones.
You had your certifications in all 4 of those modalities. How are you using and how are you implementing your certifications?
I implement my certifications by coaching my team every single day. And then also just through my own mindset. Anytime that my mindset is like out of whack, then I'm able to really realize that and like rethink something, reword something so it's more empowering and it's always forward focused and it's going towards what I want. And so that's what I do for myself personally, but now I have that tool and knowledge to also help my team get to what they want in life. And then now that I also work with some coaching clients too, I'm able to help change their life by using timeline therapy, the hypnosis, and all the other tools that we got. And my favorite is timeline therapy. I love timeline therapy. It does feel like magic, but it's just like amazing the transformations that you can see in a person after, sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but the transformation is just incredible.
Yeah, I remember you sharing with me one of the breakthroughs that a client that you worked with had. Would you talk a little bit about that without breaking confidentiality?
Yeah, absolutely. Mm, which one do I want to share?
I like that. Which one?
Yeah. Oh, okay. One of the amazing transformations that I had with one of my clients was she felt like jealous and envious whenever she would see other people thriving in relationships. That was something that she was really struggling with in her life. And after our first session, she texted me and she was like, Shelby, this stuff really works. She was like, I saw a photo of her friends and they were like in love and happy on Instagram. And when she saw it, instead of having a negative thought, she goes, wow, I'm so happy for them. Like, I'm happy to see that they're happy. And something like that, I feel like that seems like such a small thing, but I feel like that's true self-love. Like, whenever you start being okay and healing yourself, then you're happy for other people and you're more content and you're not envious of like what you see. You like what you have.
Awesome. Very cool. I love it. Thanks for doing the work. Any other insight you want to share about your money breakthrough?
Yeah. My money breakthrough that I've had has been life-changing. I grew up in a very traditional small town, and money beliefs, I feel like we've heard a lot of them. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work really hard for your money. You have to do this, this, and this. And or a lot of people will say that you'll never see that kind of money. And that kind of money as in like millions of dollars. And I've always been a dreamer, but also a doer. And so one of my breakthroughs that I've had with my money mindset was going from I got away from a scarcity mindset and feeling like I would never have what I wanted. I would never make enough money of what I wanted, or I had to work really hard. I had to sacrifice time. I had to sacrifice memories. Going to, I can make the whatever amount of money that I want, and I know it's possible, and I can spend however much time I want with my family and still make however much money that I want. And I now can save money. I overcame a limiting belief that I was a spender and I spent all my money, and I no longer relate to that. It doesn't give me any negative feeling. I can now save money. I enjoy saving money. I have saved more money this past year than I've ever saved in my life. I am on my way to building wealth, and I bought my first rental property, and I have 3 tenants in there, and I have 2 more to go. And my salon has grown by over 40%. I am breaking records like over and over again with service sales in a day, service sales in a week. And money really does feel like it just flows to me easily and effortlessly now.
That's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Any other highlights you'd want to share about the certification program? What it did for you?
Yeah. I really just, I would say one of the most important things that it's done for me is making me feel, I now feel very content, not in a complacent way, in like an enjoyment. I'm really enjoying the journey, whereas before I always wanted to be where I wanted to go. And now I'm finding enjoyment in the things that I used to not, the things that used to feel hard, feel easy now, or just feels like, oh, okay, cool, I have to do that. And so that makes life way more enjoyable and way more happy. And I have much more happiness and gratitude in my heart and in my soul and in my body than I've had probably in forever.
If someone was asking you about taking the certification program, what would be your advice to them?
My advice for someone thinking about taking this certification program is to just have faith and invest in yourself and invest in this work, because if you want it to, it will change your life. And if you're open to it, it'll change your life. You just have to make that decision to do it and to take that jump.
Awesome. Any last words you'd like to share, Shelby?
Any last words? If you invest in a good coach, then it is an investment, not an expense. And Bridget is not just a good coach, she's a great coach. And so anytime that you invest in any of her certifications, you might invest $1,000 or 3,000 or 5,000, but you're going to get 10 times more out of it than what you put into it. So know that you can take any of these courses and turn them into an investment and create a whole different life than what you've ever imagined.